We are starting of recording. Let me ask you, because obviously the algorithms are going to take over everything. Okay? In every facet, in all of the things, with all of the stuff and things. And when you're on the Meta glasses, got a Mr. Pibb there?
Got a little zero sugar Mr. Pibb to start my Sunday.
Look
Did
at
you know we're living in the second era of Pib?
Yeah. Pibb V2.
Yeah. When you're wearing the Meta glasses, can you just see with the glass, or is it camera into your eye for everything?
The lenses are exactly like any other glass lens. There's no difference there. The benefit is you have the camera there that you can go, hey, glasses, look at that thing and tell me what it is or what it says, or it can.
Or could you just walk around in camera mode?
Yeah, but there's a light on there so that you can't like secretly tape.
No, I'm not talking about that part. I'm talking about what you can see. I'm talking about what you're seeing. Is it your
Nothing
visuals
changes.
or is it camera visuals?
No, it's
You
my
want
visuals.
to know if you have like
an
an always-on RoboCop view.
Yeah, that's
No,
because
why would they
here's
do
where
that?
I'm going.
Why?
Yeah, okay, that makes the idea that you would question why would they do that makes perfect sense. Okay, but have you seen the cars now where the rear view is only a camera?
on your rear view mirror, it's just a camera. No, I haven't. But that seems dumb too.
It does, but like you can kind of see why and how that everything's headed that way.
Yeah, I guess you get a better view that way, but I would
just like to say I'm not only am I not going to wear Meta glasses or any kind of computer glasses that do the computer, but I am going to make fun of everyone who does. They look dumb and they're a bad idea.
You didn't hear the lead up though. Just for the record, I want this.
Neither did anyone who's listening to the podcast.
I know. He went right in, but for the record, yes, I
had
have
a
them.
question, so I asked a fucking question. Now everybody's going to teach me how to podcast? Really? You two? You're going to teach me how to podcast?
Somebody needs to.
I bought the Meta glasses because, Rylan, I was getting my glasses, my normal seeing glasses, and the guy that was kind of doing the lens purchase and ordering the lenses for the glasses I'm wearing now, he was wearing some glasses, and I looked at him like, dude, our head shapes were very similar, big guys. They look great on him. They look like sturdy and not like too small for his head. I'm like, I love your glasses. Which ones are those? And he said, oh, these are Meta glasses. I bought these and I got my prescription lens put into those.
I already heard this.
Yeah, but nobody else did, Brad. So tell me more about how great you are at podcasting.
Oh, sorry. That's my bad. My signals got crossed.
So, Rylan, I bought them purely
Do you have new glasses?
Purely because I thought, oh, these will fit my face well. I didn't even know there was a camera on them. I couldn't even see like the camera on his glasses in the store. So I was like, I had no idea what Meta glasses even look like or the functionality, other than I knew they recorded. So I bought them and I don't wear them.
Yeah,
you should wear them. You should walk around.
No.
Right. Look it up. Tell me what kind of mic is on the Meta glasses.
Let me show you guys what they look like.
Is it a good mic? What's going on?
Shut up.
You shut up.
Shut the hell up.
You shut the hell up. Put the Meta glasses on right now and stream your experience of being on the podcast.
People might watch the video of this, so just in case. But this is... Let me put these on. See, that's how they look.
They look no different from your glasses you just had on.
They look incredibly different. Look how big and thick and chunky the earpieces are.
Yeah, they're
huge. That don't ever wear those. I had a friend get some, and I said, "Don't ever wear those."
Give us a side view.
I mean, look how big they are by his ear. They're like, there's computer in there. We don't need this. Nobody wants this.
Nobody wants this at all.
The front doesn't look too bad, but you can kind of see from the side. They just don't.
I mean,
Well, listen, when you got a big head, you like to have some girth.
I think it is because his head is so big. They don't look that
Okay.
different.
Maybe calm down a little. Calm down a little bit, man.
He really got excited the way he said that, didn't he, Jace?
Yeah, could you see the joy in his face that he got
Yeah.
to talk about how big my
Because he
head was?
does have a gigantic head, I do think it minimizes the distraction of the meta glasses.
Hey, speaking of big head, I do have a rock hard stop at 10 o'clock ish. Like a rock hard 10.
What does
Okay.
that have to do with a big head? You said speaking of a big head. Jason? Question mark? Send text?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Human dads.
You're not doing good.
Human dads.
You wanted me to do 2 podcasts in 3 days, dude. What do you want?
Human dads.
Obviously.
Human dads. Podcast. Human dads. Podcast. Get up off your ass. Podcast. Podcast. Get up off your ass.
Tell your mom.
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 Tell your mom to listen. Tell your mom. 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 Tell your mom.
Get up off your ass for the Human Dads Podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
When's the last time this happened, boys?
That's right. Just a few days ago.
But that's what I'm saying. 2 podcasts in the span of 90-ish hours.
Yeah.
72 hours.
We don't have enough to do stuff like that anymore.
Sure we do.
No, we don't.
Sure we do.
Prove it.
You can finally tell us whatever you wanted to tell us about China.
Buddy,
I told you
we
China.
did the whole goddamn episode about China. Why are you so bad at remembering?
Oh, did we? I guess
Jesus
it wasn't that good.
Christ. It was like 72 hours ago. What's wrong with you?
He doesn't pay attention to me, and I don't blame him.
You're going to have to be like that Iowa Democratic Party organizer who got the Alzheimer's at like 60 and just headed straight to Sweden for the cocktail.
Well, I don't remember. That's an obscure
It
poll.
just happened like
what?
2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
I have 2 things for the show today. One will take 2 seconds. That's just Mr. Pibb's not good. I'm gonna be real with you.
Oh, yeah.
guys. It's
Nothing's
not
more
good.
insulting than when you ask for a Dr. Pepper and they go, "We don't have any, but would you like Mr. Pibb?" I'm like,
It's not good.
"Fuck you! I don't
Okay.
want Mr. Pibb. I'll just if I'm in a mood for a soft drink, I'll take a Coke. Thank you." Like,
Yeah.
I don't. Man.
First off, Mr. Pibb was not that bad when we were kids. I'm not saying it was Dr. Pepper. I'm just saying it was not that bad when we were kids. Okay? Get me straight. Secondly, one of the most beaten situations you've ever presented to us, and we just kind of floated right past it. It's 9:15 on a Sunday morning, and you're
Yeah.
drinking a Mr. Pibb zero sugar.
Do you wanna
from the
know why?
can.
I'll walk you
Have
through
you
exactly
even
what happened.
had breakfast?
Is it
yet?
even
No.
cold? Please tell me.
Yeah,
It's cold. It's
Okay.
Yeah, did you
I was-
get it directly out of dry storage? What the
I have this
hell is
idea of
going
him
on?
like going to the bottom of his pantry and it's room temperature and he just pulls it out.
Are you also wearing the plain gray Velcro Walmart shoes that just are on? They don't even put them on a shelf. They just
No,
put the
no, I'm
little
wearing my new
clippy
Nike
hanger on 'em
slides.
and they.
I'm wearing my new Nike slides. You saw me out shopping for yesterday. Is what I'm wearing. I
I
found
did
some.
see you, but I'm saying the Mr. Pibb Zero Sugar is the equivalent of the Walmart Velcro sneaker having to get something on vacation because you stepped in some dog shit right before you walked past the broken sprinkler head.
I'll tell you exactly what went down to get me to this point. It's a very quick story. I have a pill that I have to take in the morning. right? Because I want to maintain really healthy blood pressure. Went to go grab a cup out of the cabinet to get some water. Not a fucking cup in the cupboard.
Is everything
Not a-
clean in the dishwasher, and that's why it just hasn't been loaded into the cupboard yet?
It has not been loaded.
The
And I was-
dishwasher is not
yeah.
clean, is what you're saying.
No, the dishwasher. I don't know if it was clean or not, but I out of principle, I'm like, I'm not doing this. I was mad, so I just grabbed a Mr. Pibb so that I could swallow a pill, and here we are. That's what happened.
Okay, but that explains why you have it in your hand right now. But who the hell bought Mr. Pibb Zero Sugar?
The shopping situation in my house is so out of control.
Get her in the house. Get her in the room right now. We're gonna have
Look,
an intervention.
I'm going
Get
to
her-
tell you what happens.
Call her in here right now.
I'll tell you what happens.
Tell her
By the way,
to the microphone.
This happens with everything, for the record. I'm going to try not to get angry, okay? I'm going to try not to lose
I'm
my
angry.
shit.
Mr. Pibb Zero Sugar on a Sunday morning for a dad's podcast.
I live in a house where when she does the shopping, if it's on sale, she will buy. Like, she's obsessed with on sale. Obsessed.
Okay.
Even if it's something I don't like and we don't need and I don't want, if it's on sale, it's getting there's some little dopamine thing that comes out when it's on sale. And I had this conversation yesterday. She's like, I'm gonna go to the store and find you some work shirts. I'm like, yeah, they have a lot of clearance. I'm like, I am in my mid 40s making fine money. I don't have to buy clearance.
I identify with the feel. I get what she's going for, okay? But
I
there's
don't.
got to be a goddamn line.
It should be Mr. Pibb.
Like what else is she buying? Select Mr. Beast? Like what? Or the Mr. Thunder doctors?
You
Dr.
should
Thunder.
no. I've put my foot down on that one. She would, 100% she would. But there are things that I've said.
You got
generic
hotel-
is not an option.
Toilet paper in the house because it was on
No.
sale? Like what is going on?
But again, with no guardrails, that's what would happen.
We were getting ready sometime in the 90s. I was with my aunt and uncle, and we were getting ready to load up to go to some sort of excursion type thing, like probably a Wet and Wild type situation. And we were loading a nice chest, and there was a 12-pack of Dr. Thunder involved. And my uncle and I discovered that the Dr. Thunder was so cheaply produced that when you put the ice on top of the Dr. Thunder in the ice chest, the ice itself would pierce the aluminum of the Dr. Thunder and start to create little tiny Dr. Thunder fountains. And
When the can is so thin that the ice pierces the Dr.
and he looked
Thunder
up
can.
at me. He's kneeled over the thing, and I had been dumping the ice in, and he looks up at me and he goes, "It's the last time I'm buying that Thunder shit."
As Jason mentioned, I did see him yesterday. We were both out under the heat dome
Oh,
yesterday afternoon.
we sure were.
I think Ryland's dying, and I can relate, but I feel bad watching somebody else do it. I'm at least glad he hit the mute button. TC.
He's trying to get all that phlegm up, man. The prednisone is working its way through his body.
We're
He's-
making significant progress. Yeah.
yeah, he's productive.
Saw each other out under the heat dome yesterday, and I scared my kid trying to.
You scared my kid too. She thought that we were about to fight. She thought for sure that some random adult man and I were about to fight, and I had no. Here's what happened, Ryland. We're both in. I'm walking out of the Academy Sports and Outdoors, and I'm about to my car, just chatted up with my daughters, just my wife, my daughter, and I. We were out looking for some Nike slides, some particular Nike slides I wanted to buy, and I get to the car and I hear a man say, "Hey, stop! Stop!" And there is another adult between me and this man yelling from his car. He's probably 3 or 4 aisles away from me in the parking lot. And I look over there. I'm like, is he talking to the other person? And I start to get in my car, and then I hear, don't leave. I'm like, dude, are we about to go?
Why did we not try, I don't know, using someone's name?
Yeah, could have used the name. Anything would have identified him.
First thing comes to mind is to use the
Anything.
name of the person whose attention you're trying to get. It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, did not use that. So my daughter, what I found out was that should something really go down, zero support from my family. She immediately got in the car and closed the door. And then as he came over, I realized it was Brad and Shepard.
Yeah. I guess I could have gone about doing that in a better way.
He knew what he was doing.
You know, the crazy thing here, though, Brad and Jason, is that when you guys just a minute ago referred to seeing each other shopping while Jason was shopping for slides, I imagined it in my mind because I can see things in my brain, as we talked about earlier. Jason can't.
Way to rub it in.
I saw you guys in the academy that I go to. I imagined that it would be in the academy. I don't know why.
It was the parking lot, to be clear. He was
But I
almost.
saw it inside the academy.
Yeah.
I always go to, that's strange. It's weird. I don't know. I guess that's just where you would go for slides. I want to touch on one little thing before we move on, though, Jason.
Couldn't
About
find
your
him
Mr.
there, by the way.
Bibb problem this morning is obviously you don't live in a house like I do where there has to be at least 100 vessels to drink from.
Yeah.
Not
I
even
actually
counting the
suffer.
stacks of solo cups. Like, we get the Costco stacks of solo cups and keep them in the bar for just like if you have people over or whatever.
Pours.
Take that out of the equation. Take that out. Just I'm going to count later and send you guys a number. I would bet you it's over 100.
Yeah, I am depleted in vessels. One bottle per person, which I could have gotten and used, but I was annoyed. And then probably, I would say if I counted, we probably have 15 cups total, maybe.
I really think you're in a better place than I am. I'm not happy with the situation. It's what I will live with for the last 19 years now, or however long it's been.
As we walked into the academy, Jason got into his minivan and left. And as we walked into the academy, Shepard was like, "Dad, what the hell? I thought you were about to fight that guy." Like,
God, why
Why'd
do you
you-
like this?
he was like, when you were like, "Hey, I thought somebody did something."
So his own son says that. Imagine what I must have thought. It was a menacing yell.
Hey, don't leave.
Yeah. Hey, stop.
Yeah, there was a stop.
Instead of Jason, Sarah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
could have said
anything.
he knows the names of everyone.
He's got a thing. I'll tell you, Rylan, in the wild, he's got a thing where he has to do stuff like that. We've been in an auditorium during a band concert, and he screamed across the entire auditorium to me. Now, I will give him credit. At least he used my name that time, but he likes that, doing that thing. He likes it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's just looking for a yes and.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Could have just said what? Mentioned earlier that you encountered the dishwasher. You guys, is it I don't know what the right word, uppity? Can we use that word anymore? Is it
I don't know.
I think you can call something uppity. Yeah.
is it uppity that we have the clean dirty sign on the front of the dishwasher?
We have that as well.
No. Why would that? We don't have one. But I don't know. It's just kind of a passive aggressive way to remind somebody other than yourself to unload it.
Is yours a magnet?
Yeah, it's a magnet.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a magnet.
Yeah. It was one of those what's the we gotta come up with the phrase, a frustration purchase or a punch out purchase,
Mm-hmm.
where somebody was loading my freshly cleaned dishwasher for like the second time in 3 days.
Mm.
And in retrospect, through no fault of their own, they were doing what they thought was the right thing. And I was just so set off that I just immediately right there in the moment went to stupid Amazon and typed in dishwasher signed, clean, dirty, whatever, and had it purchased while the rage was still fuming from my ears and having to deal with the beating of unloading a completely or restarting the cycle. I don't even remember. It just it threw me for
Is
one.
it in? Is it in Live Laugh Love font?
Oh, it has to.
Oh yeah, it's definitely in
Yeah.
definitely in 55-year-old perimenopause font.
Hey, I had a run-in with the law yesterday.
Cool. Tell us. Were you talk about scaring your kids? Was your kid in the car?
This was at my home.
Oh dear.
Someone called cops on you, Jace.
Did you have to stay somewhere else
It's
last
come from
night?
inside the house.
Did Sarah have to stay somewhere else last night?
No, there was none of that. What happened? Well, let me give you the backstory first,
Mm.
and I think this will carry the whole story. The other day, I saw a City of Garland marshal pull out of my cul-de-sac as I was coming home.
Let's tap let's get bang a 20 real quick.
Sure.
Hey, right, you're in city governance or town governance.
That I am.
What the hell of me is a City of Garland marshal?
I have to say, I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Was he on a horse, Jason?
Was it a police? I mean, you can have a fire marshal, obviously, but that's usually not something that's on the side of a car. It's usually more just someone that carries that responsibility. Was it like a law enforcement car, like a police car that said
Yeah.
marshal on the side?
He has a gun.
Sure. I guess it's just another. I guess it's kind of like a type of officer that goes out and does stuff, but isn't necessarily on patrol.
I'll
Maybe
read you
they
what
have a
the city of
specific set of duties.
Yeah. The Office of City Marshal is a law enforcement agency performing non-traditional law enforcement functions within the city of Garland, staffed by licensed peace officers, provide courtroom security services, serve as bailiffs to the judges, execute misdemeanor arrest warrants, serve orders of the municipal court, security services at Garland City Hall, courthouse, so on and so forth.
Okay, so if he's in the neighborhood, he's probably looking for somebody.
Probably. Most of the time, yeah.
And it's probably not a crime that just occurred. It's probably for some paperwork or some interest
think.
questions.
He's serving warrants where he doesn't have to have 5 guys come in the house and drag you out type of warrant. Things like that,
Probably.
maybe.
Well, so I saw this happen, and then I came home yesterday after buying the slides. Had my new fresh slides on even.
Where'd you go?
We finally found them at Foot Locker.
In Firewheel?
Yeah.
Boy, we were just doing the same thing yesterday.
We must have been. Little finish line across the street too.
I,
It's a good
I
spot if you
started to
need-
go into the finish line, and then we called it quits because somebody decided they just weren't into shoe shopping.
Yeah. It's a nice spot if you got to find some shoes. You got a lot of options over there. Came home and the old Marshall was sitting out in front of my house.
Like having
And,
having a smoke on the hood of his car, just leaned back with his cowboy hat tipped to the back.
No, he was in his car, and
Did he have a cowboy hat? That's a good question.
No.
Because I would think
Look-
that's one where, the sheriff is likely to have one. The marshal, it could be. It's a gray area.
If you're a sheriff and you ain't got a cowboy hat, you're probably pretty big.
How'd you get elected?
Yeah,
big bitch,
yeah,
This is
pretty
Texas.
big.
Yeah.
You're probably a pretty big piece of puss.
little pussy. That's what you are.
Non-cowboy hat wearing sheriff ass.
So, as I imagine you probably would both do also, although this was questioned in my house, I went out there to see what he was doing.
Let me ask you, Lou, to recount a detail. You pulled up to your house and you saw he was out front?
I pulled in the garage and walked out to the front to check the mail, and he was out there in the front when I went to check the mail
Was he outside the car or sitting in the car?
in the car.
I would have
directly in front of our house, or kind of just in a general vicinity in front of our house?
Pretty directly in front of my house.
I will give the note too. If you're on Jason's cul-de-sac and you're in front of his house, you really got no other business, because you can't
Correct.
really be in front of his house while wanting to do something else, because
Yeah.
there's nobody past him.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
I would though, if he was in the car, I wouldn't, just because they might have been doing something else at a nearby address and he was just like on the computer or on the phone or
Yeah.
something. But if he was
I-
outside the car, I probably would have been like, "Hey, dude, what's happening?"
for what it's worth, I just walked out and did a wave. Stood there, did a wave to the car. I did not walk up to his window or anything, tap on it, or try to open his door. I'm not interested in getting shot today. So I did the wave and he came out of his car, and just looked like just a traditional police officer. Short buzz cut, gun, tactical belt, badge, the whole thing.
Full sleeve of tattoos.
No, I don't think he had tattoos actually.
Okay.
And so we met each other in the cul-de-sac. I walked from my house to the middle of the cul-de-sac. He walked from his car to the middle of the cul-de-sac, and there we stood, right next to the minivan that tore my calf about 6 months ago, if you remember that story.
It's been longer than 6 months. I thought the trash guy was coming to pick that up.
We thought so too, but didn't work out.
God damn it.
So it's been a real challenge to get rid of that car.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Because I don't know if you guys have sold a car recently, but you got to go to the bank that you financed with so they can send you the completed sale communication, and then you got to take that to the DMV.
Call the title, Jason.
No, just to get the title, you got to do all that. They didn't send me the title to begin with, so to get the title, you got to go to the DMV, but you have to have the thing that proves you paid the thing off. Anyway, it's been just an ordeal. Okay? Not at the top of my priority list, for the record.
Okay, but just so you know, everybody that's financing a car, if you finish paying that bitch off, you just call the bank and say, "Can you send the title?" And they'll say,
But
"Usually
they don't
takes
do
a
it
couple
anymore.
weeks."
Now they do it I just paid the Toyota off. They don't do it anymore. They do it electronically, which means you never get it, and then you got to call the DMV and you got to do all this bullshit. Yeah,
I didn't have to deal with any of this like less than 3 or 4 months ago.
Well, aren't you special?
Yep.
You got lucky.
Yep.
So we meet next to the minivan. He says, "Listen, man, somebody called the cops on your minivan sitting here. It's the city street. You can't have a car parked in front of your house like this." And
You goddamn right.
you
I'm
got
with-
40.
How long's it been? How long? Wait a minute. You're in the wheelhouse now. How long's it been sitting there?
At least a year, Rylan.
No,
Like,
it
has it
wasn't a
moved?
year since I tore the
Buddy.
the calf.
Buddy,
Can't
Buddy.
have been a year.
I think it's last June.
I think it's been a long,
No.
but it hasn't run since then. Like it hasn't moved since then.
No, I have moved it a couple times, just like a little bit, trying to get it going, but not like major movements.
So there's if it's
But
if it's an operating vehicle, unless you have an ordinance, we actually have a no overnight parking ordinance, which is almost exists nowhere else. Unless you have that, and you can park on the street, but it has to be a car that can actually operate. So you must have crossed some threshold where they don't consider it. It's
I don't
now
know.
basically on cinder blocks.
it wasn't. All it needed was a new battery, which I went and bought, for the record. But
All it needed was a new
well,
battery.
to start and drive, it's got a lot of other issues. It's not like an everyday car by any stretch. But I wanted to donate it to Cars for Kids or to Cars for Church or whatever. I
Norm
just wanted
hates
to get
kids.
rid of it. Yeah, I wanted to get rid of it, but you need the title to do that, so I was just waiting for all that process to happen. Right. So he said, I'm Listen, man, trust me, I used to have one of these. They're great cars. We talked about the Honda Odyssey a little bit and minivans. I was very polite. He was a nice guy. He's like, I'm not going to give you a ticket today, but you got 48 hours to get this thing going, or else they're gonna impound it, and then you're gonna have to pay impound fees every day, and it's just you don't want that to happen. You got to get rid of it. And he's like, you can call the lieutenant, and maybe they'll give you an extension, but it's got to be gone because we had a complaint. So he gave me a break, didn't give me a ticket, and then took off, and then I just spent the next 4 hours or so trying to find a way to get rid of the car.
Stop the show.
Okay,
right
it was
now.
over a year ago. It was fine.
Jason,
What does that say on the window? What does that say, Rye? On your window behind you.
It's a
What
kid.
does it say? I know. What does it say?
It said, "Have the dogs been fed?"
Oh,
timeline January 26th, 2025. Pulling teeth while limping on one leg behind a dead minivan pointed uphill. The Ballad of Jason Southward.
well,
Year and
for
a
the record,
half.
well, but it wasn't in the front for a year and a half. It's been in different places since then. That I did tear it then, but I was not able to get it to the front for a while. So, yes, you're right.
In your defense of your defense.
Yes, in my defense, So, either way. Hey, by the way, here's the shitty part. I'm in a cul-de-sac. The where it was parked in front of my house by a creek, it was hurting nobody. It didn't stop anybody from doing anything. There was taking no parking spot. Nothing was causing a problem.
How old is your neighbor across the street? Because that's the
Yeah.
only neighbor you got.
I think it's they were in the death march in Asia. The guy was, and he just passed away like 2 years ago.
Okay.
So they're old.
Yeah, the olds ain't got time for no minivan to be holding down concrete at the end of
Because-
a cul-de-sac.
They got nothing but time to sit there and call the DMV and get that title, and they just don't understand why you haven't done it yet because they got nothing but time.
Yeah.
When I would simply say, why do vehicles have to be titled? Why can't there just be, they already have a VIN and they already require an inspection sticker. Why do we need titling? The VIN plus the sticker creates a paper trail. I don't know. I don't get it.
I
All
wish
just
they,
a racket, man.
to me, I'm not mad that somebody was upset by it. Fine, like whatever. I get it, and maybe I would feel the same way if it was in my view. Although we did have a neighbor who had like 6 cars that were dead that sat there for probably 5 years before he had a heart attack in his house. Probably 5 years that sat there unmoved, not a word from anybody.
Did he pass?
He died in his house. Yeah, This was the other neighbor.
Did you discover it?
No, I think his kids did, if I remember right.
Mm.
His adult kids.
Mm.
But all I would ask, I mean, I know all my neighbors. Somebody could just walked over and rang the doorbell and said, "Hey, man, how long do you think that car's going to be out there? What, do you need some help with it, or anything?"
I agree. That's shitty. It's super
Yeah.
shitty to go to the police before, even though the officer was cool with you and he did his job well. It's super shitty to go to them before you go to your neighbor. 99 out of 99 times. Always go to the neighbor first. Like we've had the house next door to us. We've been here since 2013. So however many years that is, the house next door to us has changed hands like every 2 to 3 years. And we've always had pretty good neighbors, except the ones before this current lady. They were nice, but the wife, like you never saw her. They had two little toddlers, and you never saw any of them. You only saw the husband. And one time we had one of the parties we have over here a couple times a year, and she called the cops on us for a noise complaint. Didn't text, didn't call, didn't do anything. And I'm thinking, you're like the 37th person to live here and hear this. Like, this is a you problem.
Do you
not
know
us.
I'm on the council?
That was
you-
before. That was in the in between.
You dumb broad. Do you know?
That's not the point. It was kind of late, but like, hey, it's like once or twice a year. Just, text. I would have maybe, I don't know. It's not like it was music was loud or anything. So yeah,
I
you gotta-
think
I'll
the
your
play
neighbors,
in
man. Be a neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, the play in 2026, more than talking to your neighbor, more than calling the cops. They couldn't post some passive aggressive shit on Nextdoor real
Or
quick.
that. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to
Anything just to notify me that somebody
That's
had a
the
problem with
SOP.
it. That's the beauty of living back here, is that we are pretty secluded from all of the drama and issues that might happen in a neighborhood. And there's no through traffic. It's at the end of 2 dead ends. I'm in a cul-de-sac, which is also at the end of a dead end. Nobody comes down here. So there's never any issue. All you had to do is walk over, and I'd been like, hey, I'm trying to get rid of it. Give me like a week. And we were like literally a week away from this happening. We just had the conversation. Title is in hand. But now I'm a felon. So
That's not how that works. You're not a
You'll never get to vote again now.
never get to
Yeah.
vote. Can't
His
own any
name's
more
in the
firearms.
system. Nope. It's
So
over for you, buddy. I actually had an encounter with law enforcement this week too.
Guys, how about you just both stop?
hell yeah,
and be
dude.
better citizens.
The only reason I'll tell this is because of something funny that Layla did. So the night before school started, so that was Tuesday night, Courtney was at her Mahjong league because she's about to go pro. Give it a year, you're going to see her playing Mahjong on ESPN 8. She's going to have a YouTube channel. It's going to be like, she's fucking good at this game, guys. Okay, so
Does she have her own set yet?
in fact, people are coming. Oh yeah, we've had our own set for a little while.
Does she
People
have
are coming
multiple
over
table
later
covers?
to play pool Mahjong.
Yeah.
We have a floating, or one of our friends has a floating thing, and they're going to
Okay.
play Mahjong in the pool.
All right.
Have a nice Sunday F around. So it was just me and the girls, and I said, you know what, guys, I'm going to take y'all. It's the night before school starts. I'm going to take y'all to go get a ice cream or something. Let's just go. I said, pick the place. Well, we ended up getting away kind of late. They wanted to go to Andy's, which is all the way in Grapevine, but it was already like almost 8. So they said, Andy's or Sonic. And I said, well, let's do Sonic since it's already almost 8. So we go over to the Sonic in Roanoke. So we go through Trophy Club, go to the Sonic in Roanoke. We get our stuff. Then we start to drive home. And we're going back through TC to get back home. And I executed what is known as something that everyone does every day of their life behind the wheel, but what is known as an improper turn, where you are in the right lane of a turn. All you can do is turn right. You have nothing you can do but turn right, and you're at a stop sign. It's a T intersection, and you're turning right onto another road that has 4 lanes with a median. And instead of turning into the right lane, you turn into the left lane.
Oh, get the fuck
You just
outta
took a
here.
wide turn?
Yeah. I know.
Get
I know.
See, I'd
I
be
know.
pissed. I'd be
Well,
pissed.
so
Hold on, real quick.
I'd be
Whoever
pissed.
comes to this goddamn car better be over 30 years old.
So no, the funny thing is that he was parked on the corner there at the church where there's a church there, and they always have patrol cars parked there because it's a big intersection. So I didn't think anything of it. Well, I mean, he immediately came and got on my like almost too close. Like I almost could have brake checked him. I felt like he was following me super close. Took him forever to light me up, and then he finally lights me up, and I turn off onto a little side street there where there's a good spot to pull over. And then he tells me what it is, and I kind of giggled, and I said, oh, yeah. I think I got pulled over. I did literally in like 2007 got pulled over for that exact same thing over by Tom Thumb. And so I told him that because I think, and he laughed. He thought it was funny. I said, yeah, I think I got pulled over for that like 20 years ago over at Trophy Lake Drive. And he kind of laughed, probably because he was probably 2 years old when that happened. But here's where it actually gets funny. I'm not, of course, he goes back to the car and Maya's in the back seat going, tell him who you are. Tell him who you are. Tell him. No, we're not doing this. No, absolutely not. I'm just straight as an arrow. He does you guys just headed home? And I just said, yeah, because it's right there on my license that I live there. So I said, yeah. Granted, I'm eating a Sonic Blast at this time because I don't want it to melt.
Can't waste that blast. Yeah.
You're under the heat dome.
He goes, and I want to teach my kids as they get older the right and wrong way to interact with police. So he says, "Where are you guys coming from?" Now, do you guys think I like to be asked? Just as you knowing me, do you guys think I like to be asked that?
None of your motherfucking business,
Buddy.
you piece of shit.
Trying to keep it cool. Just give me my ticket
Well, I
and
didn't-
let's go.
It wasn't that negative of a feeling, but yes, I just kind of said, I don't think that's important enough to get into right now. And as I'm saying that, Layla, who's in the passenger seat, leans over around me and picks up her Sonic cup and just dangles it and points
Oh,
at
I
it.
love your kids. Your kids are the best. Just the best.
So no, he was nice. He was fine. There's honestly no complaints there other than really, why would you pull someone over at 8:15 on a Tuesday night for that when the roads are completely empty? I mean, it's a questionable decision for a very young man, but he's a kind person. So, hopefully.
Did you go and audit all of his previous stops over the
No,
last
no,
180 days?
He's going to.
No,
Yeah.
no, of course
Yeah,
not.
call the chief of police this weekend.
There's
Yeah.
no need for any of that. It just was funny the way Layla, because I want to give them, I've told them when they start driving, I want to give them like a index card that says what to say, what not to say. Like, I think that's important. I think not so much here, but really anywhere, like, young drivers can kind of get, deer in the headlights a little bit, and they're going to get pulled over because they're bad drivers. So
Did he give you a ticket though?
no. He just gave me a warning, which is funny that
Oh,
he even wrote me a written warning, but instead of just being like, all right, bud, see you later.
Well,
But
Shout out to him though for the
Whatever.
warning. I mean,
that
at
is
least
one thing
get-
I'll say. They will pull you over for petty stuff around here. Everybody knows it, but for as long as I've had the address on my driver's license, they pretty well will opt for a warning unless you were just really like doing
Hey.
something really stupid.
Brad.
What's up,
Right.
bro?
Ryland's acting like the city council's not responsible for this policy where you just pull over every chance you get and check for that address.
It's absolutely we're not responsible for it. I wish we
If it-
were.
If it ain't a trophy club address, your ass is getting in the squad car.
No, I wish we were responsible for all this stuff. We don't get to make operational decisions like that. If we did, I'd probably get in a shitload of trouble because I have different opinions than most people.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
went and I
drunk
looked.
drunk drivers, domestic violence. That's the only problems we have around here. Don't tailgate people. Don't follow them home. Don't pull them over for petty stuff. Stay in your lane. Be cool. Be part of the community. That's what
Yeah.
I propose.
I'll hop online and go down a wormhole, and I will read the transcript from the made public council meetings. I will go and dig through Facebook comments to see what people are talking about that each town council member is saying. You've got a decent amount of people on this particular trophy club town council that have tried to decrease that police budget, Jason. They have tried to remove some.
That is the opposite of truth. It's never gone.
They have
anything
tried to
up.
take some cash and some funding and some resources away from the safest town in Texas, America's police force.
It goes
All right.
one direction, up. Although
I'm
it's
gonna
expensive. It's people. It's a lot of people costs. So, not much you can really do about it.
I want to put the call out there right now. $100 for anybody that can file a Freedom of Information Act to get the body cam footage of Ryland getting pulled over.
Of me
$100.
eating the Sonic Blast.
You know
100
what,
100
dude?
bucks.
It can't be that hard.
No.
How
But
many?
I don't wanna go
how many
through-
FOIAs are Trophy Club having to deal with?
I
not
need
terribly amount. Actually, please don't do that. That would be worse than. I would have rather had white powder on my upper lip than to have someone request a camera for a freaking minor warning traffic stop.
We get the footage, and Jason and I are looking at it like, how did the cop not tell that Ryland was drunk as shit? How,
I mean, I was sober as a preacher on Sunday. Obviously, that was the funny part about it all.
the body cam. I want to see Ryland on body cam style footage. That's all I
Shirtless. Just Sonic dribbling down his chin.
got the kind with the Oreo cookie chunks in there, and I'm like, man, I don't want to.
The cop comes
I don't want
through and
this
is
to
so
melt, 'cause it takes a
goddamn
little time to
cliche that it
run the-
seems like it's AI. Where are you coming from? just money shot of Sonic all over Ryland's face.
It's just dribbling down.
Oh man, that's funny.
You guys got to stay out of trouble. I haven't had a chance to interact with the police in quite some time. Although it is a curious situation you mentioned, though. We've had, for whatever reason, over the decade plus of being here, we've had the police just be out in the front of the house, just in the car parked.
Right in front of your house?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Never actually spoke to him, never turned into a thing. We've also, and I think it's maybe because we're a side street where you can't really see us, right? We've also had and I don't like that they do this. I'm going to be honest with you. As a citizen who likes to audit the police from time to time, I don't like the police. I don't like it when the police do the little buddy hangout where we pull one window up to the other window.
I don't like that either.
It does make you wonder how that interacts with their overall, what they're supposed to be doing at that time. Because
Especially,
they have radios to talk to each other, and then they have, so it's like, if it's more than like 2 or 3 minutes, like how are they actually, they can't, I don't know. They can't
I've seen
possibly be
it-
doing what they're supposed to be doing, right?
I've seen it occur in front of my house where somebody is parked on the curb next to my house, parked to the direction of traffic in which they're supposed to be going. And then the other one will pull up in the middle of the street going the opposite direction. And now they're window to window, buddy, high-fiving. And they just sit there and talk in my street for 15 to 20 minutes, window to window. And I'm not saying they did anything wrong. I'm just saying it's annoying. I don't like it. I got my eye on you.
Well, you can tell them that they're blocking traffic. They're disobeying traffic laws.
You certainly could. But again, we have a
Ryland would.
little weird side street that doesn't get a whole lot of traffic because you're not. If you're going through our street, you're probably going to the school, or if you're going the other way through our street, you're probably leaving the school. So if the school ain't in, there's not a whole lot of reason to be cutting through our street.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean the law doesn't apply on that street. The law applies.
I'm gonna go out there with my meta glasses and just start
Yeah.
asking a bunch of
YouTube channel, dude.
broad
shit would
obtuse
go off.
questions.
Be like, have you seen the YouTube accounts of the First Amendment auditors that go into the
course.
like front desk?
Watch the hell out of those.
Of
departments and they don't-
course.
just to
Love
see if
'em.
they don't know the rules. Yeah. When those first, I was actually involved here when those first started becoming popular, and we told like our management and our police chief and stuff, we're like, please just make sure they know the rules. Like we don't want to show up on one of these, and they never have. But it's hilarious. when
Speaking
they
of
do.
knowing the rules, and something that Ryland tweeted about earlier this week, we are back to school, and he tweeted about it because it's an easily relatable thing, and we're all dealing with it. But man,
it's
it
a
just
very dollar menu piece of commentary. but
Oh,
it
yeah,
needs to be-
100%,
It
but-
needs to be brought to light.
it smacks you in the face as soon as you get back to school. And it's not like this the first time. It's not going to be the last time. But, buddy, we are back to school. And I think in general, we had a positive week. I'd like to talk about 2 points. One, like I said, Ryland already brought up the amount of communication that leaves these school buildings and hits the homes of students. I'm trying to think. It is like it's like the police is what it's like. It's exactly what it's like. It's like the police. The police act like you don't have any other part of life going on when they pull you over. Like they just act like, hey, you are now a part of my world and this is what's going on and you are going to have to deal with the consequences therein. And the administration and the teachers from these schools, I applaud their efforts. I commend them for wanting to better children and to want to take these jobs, because certainly now, these days, in these times, jokingly there a little bit, but can't be getting easier to be a teacher, okay? But the kind of narrowcast tunnel vision that I feel like exists from that position to think that, like, they're sending out this communication, it has this implication that they think that's the only thing everybody's got their attention on.
Yep.
And I want a good old day it and be like, there's no way this is happening when we were kids.
Of course it wasn't.
Two, I'm not saying that it's the worst thing ever, that there's a bad way, but there's got to be does there have to be a better way? Because it now feels like it's part of your school parent job to check the communication daily, if not multiple times a day now, to make sure you didn't miss something.
Oh, the amount of detail. Here's my issue. The amount of detail that go into these is too much. It's there. You have to like read them multiple times. I mean, we got one that it had to have a 48-word run-on sentence for 60% of the email. Another one though, but then we had one from a choir teacher that was just the whole year. He just laid out the whole year. So I kind of appreciate that. But I'm also like, what do I need to know right this minute? Because my kids are coming in every day the first week of school. I need a notebook. I need a this. I need a that. And I'm like, and I got to have it tomorrow. And I'm like, it's 9:00 and this was the first day of school. We all just got done doing school plus what we had to do after, because when school starts, the other things also start. And we're finally done with life. And it's like 8:45 p.m. I can't get you this today. I'm not going to do it. Well, if I don't have it, I'll get in trouble. Like, please tell them to. I mean, it's too much. Everything is bigger. There's too much stuff. There's too much activity. We need to just take a step back. I'm telling you guys, this is why people that are Jason's neighbor's age are calling the cops about his minivan. It's because they cannot conceive of how much people in their mid-40s have to do right now. When they were in their mid-40s, they had one friend, over under 0.5 hobbies, and they dropped their kids off at school, and all they did was look at the report card and maybe show up for the football or the band concert or whatever the one thing their kid was into. They didn't have 98 hours of practice every week to get them to.
Right.
It's absurd. Everything has to expand forever, always. It's the stock market. It's like life has turned into the fucking stock market. If it doesn't go up and get bigger every day, it's like we're all considered to be failing. And I'm over it.
We get a recap from the principal each day. We get multiple touch bases from teachers to start the year across different subjects and different grades if you have multiple students. If you have coaches, you get coaches saying, hey, here's what you can expect for the next week. If you are involved in any sort of PTA, you get, here's the PTA schedule of the next week or two. If you are on any of the like general school emails, you get soliciting for some sort of contribution, charity, time, or otherwise. The amount of stuff, just like, I'm not exaggerating. You and I'm not alone in this. We all probably got 35 to 50 emails, app notifications. That's the thing too. You can't even just keep it on one app. You got to have an email. You got to have an app for this. You got to have another app for that. And why can't all the schools just be on the one app, or all of? What the hell are we doing?
It should all just be like Twitter. That's what it should be like. Like, everybody, you can follow everybody that you need to follow. You can see your timeline. If somebody has something about your kid, they can DM you. That's the way this should be, instead of all this shit.
You're kind of sideways involved in the PTA because of how your house is run.
Correct.
Okay. Let's say you have an elementary school. Okay. connected to that one elementary school. That one elementary school, okay? How many group me threads do you think exist connected to one elementary school?
There's no telling. There's no telling.
I'm not kidding. Per elementary school, do you think there are 150 group me threads?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Per elementary school. Do you think it gets at all redundant when you are a member who says, you know, I would
Yeah.
like to contribute some of my time, energy, and effort into bettering this school, connecting with this community, and helping writ large the student body? Do you think it's at all redundant that if you do decide to do that, just baseline, you're involved in at least 6 group me threads? Just right there. What in the ever-loving hell are we doing?
I don't think we have any apps. We just have emails. But you get
I get
emails.
texts.
You get emails directly from the teachers sometimes, and then you get emails from the digest thing every day from each school, which is kind of the official communication channel. Cortland sent me a screenshot of his because we're in the same school district after I tweeted that, because he's got three different schools. So
Yeah.
he's getting 4 every single day. I'm only just getting the 2, I guess. But so that's not too bad because you can look at it and you can see whether or not it applies to your kid, because sometimes it's just general announcements. But you got to watch for the teacher stuff, because that's like more.
Yeah.
And then you get, like I said, and the problem is you feel like you have to read it 3 times because you're hearing what the kids saying they thought they heard, then you're reading what the teacher wrote, and it's just some of this stuff is like, click on this thing. I've had to accept terms and conditions for my kid to take classes, and I'm thinking, boomers would have never stood for this. They didn't have to click I accept. They took you to the law says I have to take my kid to school. They're already enrolled. They're there. They're in the class. Why do I have to check a box and say, yes, you can take this class? What are we doing?
I gotta go.
Oh, okay.
See you guys.
We'll see you, bud.
Hey, enjoy the show. Keep
Where
talking
you
about this
headed?
stuff. You guys are
Yeah,
doing a
bro.
good job.
Where are you headed?
None of your fucking business. No, I gotta take my daughter. I gotta take my daughter to a party, a swim party.
All right. Well, y'all have fun.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not gonna stay. That'd be weird.
It would be totally weird.
Yeah, we don't do
Sit
that.
your ass in the minivan and yeah.
We don't do that.
yeah.
Okay.
All right,
bye,
bud.
guys.
Rylan, we'll close it on this. We've got multiple apps, email, okay? And I'm sure y'all have this. You said you don't have the apps. I'm sure y'all have some sort of portal.
There is a portal. I refuse to get on it. Courtney gets on it.
I want you to get on the portal and explain to me the level of coder that put the portal together, because our portal
Do this.
Our portal only opens with instructions of how to navigate the portal when you're on the portal every time.
Yeah, I know.
It only opens to show you where you need to click for the thing that you're looking for when you get on the portal.
We are 30 years into the internet, and somehow schools and to a certain degree doctors' offices have websites that are made by people that have never been on the internet.
If the school portal looked anything like my Baylor Scott and White portal, it would be a 10,000%
Yeah.
improvement. If the school portal looked anything like, there is so much shinfo in the school portal that you are like, why did we take times to set these buttons over here and assign them like a place that nobody's looking for? Nobody's looking for that information. I need to know times, I need to know schedules, and I need to know scores. You've got 7 different identification numbers. Like, it's insane what we've done to communicating and keeping up with a student's life inside the school building. It is insane. I would like to vote for a do-over.
Can we get a do-over?
Can we just take it back to the when we were in class? What was the the little triplicate copy of like the progress report, like the dot matrix printer? Do you ever experience this?
We definitely had dot matrix printers, but I don't remember you talking like the carbon copy thing where
Yeah,
you pull it
the
off and you have
progress
a
report.
white copy and then a yellow copy with blue ink on it.
The progress report would come with like a sheet of like 12 reports, right? And she would rip off each little square, and that would be per student, and then it would be in triplicate. So like you got to bring back that
Bring the
top
signed
copy with
back.
a parent signature. I'm voting for going back to that over this 7 different group me communications. And we haven't even talked about adding your kid to a sport. Haven't even talked about that.
Yeah, obviously all the sports stuff have their own apps too. I would like to reinstitute the idea of giving a kid a handout to take home. So the kid has to remember to give the handout to the parent, and then the call to action is just on the handout. Just because that way I don't have to constantly look at my personal email. My personal email's it's a war zone. Everyone's is. It's just like, why are we still, I hate email to begin with. You guys have heard me say this. Like, why is email? If email is like your primary form of communication, I'm just going to say it. I kind of look down on you a little bit. I'm like, sorry. Like, it just means you're operating I'm on a different level. Like you can text, DM, Teams me, whatever.
The fun part,
I would rather have a letter in my mailbox than an email.
The fun part on all of these things too is getting your communication preferences down, because you will get the app notification of a message if you got that push notification on. If you have it pushed to your text notifications, you will receive the text for the app notification of the message. If you have your email setting on, you will receive the email notification of the app notification of the message. So in theory, one message can quickly turn into 4 notifications, just like that. And it's not that you're just getting the one message a day from like a singular message fountain. You're getting 5 message fountains sending out multiple messages a day. And you're exactly right. You have to take time off of your regularly scheduled occupation and your regularly scheduled everyday activities to make sure you're not missing a detail and winding up at Target at 9:00 p.m. looking for.
Yeah, too many details buried in long emails. I will give an A+ to the middle school art teacher though, because he sent the thing that it just had links to Amazon. That's perfect. It was that was.
Why can't we do that? What? Hey, also, what was so broken with the elementary school setup of having the prepackaged supplies and everybody just throw in their $60 or $70 or whatever?
Right. I would agree with that too.
We get into middle school and now we're all doing a scavenger hunt, looking for notebooks and wide ruled paper. I thought we had a good system working. You're telling me it just magically stops working in 5th grade? I didn't vote for this. I didn't vote for this at all. For Brad, for Busted Minivan Jason, Sonic Blast Rylan Rowe. I'll let y'all next week, hopefully.
If we survive,
We're going to make it to next week.
we'll make it.
Is it August the 23rd, 2026?
We'll make it.
Okay, we'll be there. Did we pass the worst day of the year?
Yeah, it was this week. It was Tuesday.
I hadn't been tuned in, but I do know that's every second week of August, something like that. All right. Well, free baby Jessica. That's the end of this one. No funeral.